Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I am going to show you some DIY back to school supplies BTS edition. This is also a huge collab with a bunch of other YouTubers here, so I will leave all their links in the description box below, so go check them out. And yeah, let's get on with the video. For this binder DIY, you're going to need a binder, some BTS photos, some cardstock paper, a pencil, some scissors, an X-Acto knife is optional, and a hot glue gun. And of course, any decorations of your choice. I have washi tape and markers and a stencil. So first I laid out the front cover of my binder and traced it out with cardstock paper and then cut it out so it could fit into the pocket. To make the Polaroid pictures, I used white cardstock paper and a ruler. All I did was trace out a square using a ruler so I could have all equal sides. And then I used the picture as a reference so I can know how big the picture I want it to be. After I cut all my squares out, my pictures were a bit too long, so I decided to crop them out and measure them to size so it could look more like a Polaroid. After I had all my measurements done, I grabbed the picture and fit it into size. After you cropped all the pictures, you're going to glue them on with some hot glue onto the Polaroid. Afterwards, I grabbed the other cardstock paper that I trimmed down earlier and arranged all my photos into place, and then I used a heart stencil to trace it out and then colored in with some green mint colored pencil. After that is done, just grab your Polaroids and arrange them into place and hot glue them down. And once that is done, you can decorate it however you like. I decided to use some letter stickers and paint on BTS, and then I added some washi tape afterwards, and then you're done. For this Jin inspired tumbler notebook, you're going to need a notebook, some cardstock paper, a hot glue gun, some scissors, a pencil, a picture of Jin, and a speech bubble. And just like in the binder, you're just going to trace out the notebook cover with some cardstock paper and then cut it out. You can either use some hot glue to glue on the cardstock paper to your notebook, or I just used here some Mod Podge so it could be a little bit more easier. After the cardstock is glued onto the notebook, you're going to get your Jin picture and your speech bubble and arrange them into place. And then I went in with my hot glue gun and glued the picture into place. And then I used Mod Podge for the speech bubble. And then I used the Mod Podge again to go over the speech bubble a second time so that it could be more secure. And then later on I decorated with some colored pencils, some hearts, some stars, and some clouds for Jin. So you can decorate it however you like and you're done! For this BTS pencil case, you're going to need a pencil case, some cardstock paper, a picture of your choice, Mod Podge, a sponge brush, and some scissors. Since I didn't like the way my pencil case looked, I decided to get some cardstock paper and trace around the pencil box on each side, and then I cut those pieces out. Once you have all the pieces cut out, you're going to use some Mod Podge and Mod Podge the pencil case, so then the cardstock will stick onto the pencil case. And since the cardstock is going to leave some flaps on the sides, just go over with Mod Podge and then they will stick together. And once your pencil case is finished, you're going to get the image and paste it on with some Mod Podge. And if you want it to be more secure and have a glossy finish, go over with a second coat of Mod Podge. And once you're done, put in back the sliding door thingy and you're done. For this BTS chalkboard notebook, you're going to need a notebook, some BTS photos, some Mod Podge, some white paint, a paintbrush, a hot glue gun, and some cardstock paper that looks like a chalkboard. So first you're going to trace out the notebook cover onto some cardstock paper and then cut it out. And then paint on some Mod Podge and then put the cardstock right on top and smooth it out. Then you're going to get your BTS photos and arrange them into place. After you have done that, get your hot glue gun and glue them all into place. I then grabbed my white paint and decided to write down the days of the week corresponding to each BTS member. For this notebook, I really wanted to do a chalkboard kind of feel, so basically the white paint represents the chalk, and since chalk could get messy on a chalkboard, I decided to write the days of the week very messy-like, just like how chalk would. And once you have written all the days of the week, you're basically done. For these BTS binder dividers, you're going to need some BTS pictures, a hot glue gun, and some dividers. So what you have to do is to hot glue down a picture onto the side of the divider, and as each divider goes down, you're going to hot glue down each picture as the divider keeps going down. Does that make sense? So basically each divider has a section in which it will go down depending on what divider it is. So all you have to do is just hot glue down each picture like how I am doing here, and go as if you're going down some stairs. Each picture will just descend downwards. So basically you will have something like this. So for this notebook, you can do anything you want. It's basically just representing your bias in BTS. So for me, my bias is Jin, and I decided to print out some cutouts of him, and I decided to draw on some Jin inspired foods like a pizza and a drumstick from his Eat Jin videos, and decided to put that onto my notebook. So after I cut out all my drawings, I decided to use some stencils to spell out Eat Jin. And then I decided to put my 2 Jin photos on the bottom along with the foods. And then I traced out the stencils. After all of that is done, I decided to hot glue everything into place. And then I wanted to go over with the stencil letters with some white paint. After that is all done, I decided to use some washi tape for the borders of the notebook. I then decided to go over the letters with some colorful markers. paint has dried, I decided to use some markers to put on little patterns and designs onto the letters. And once you are satisfied with your notebook, you are done! For this quick and easy BTS pencils, you're going to use some pencils, a hot glue gun, and some letter beads. So first you sort out all the letter beads to the name you want to be put onto the pencil, and then you're going to hot glue the side of the pencil and glue them right on. And that is basically it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Let's go watch everybody else's video. I will leave links in the description box below. So I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!